Welcome to Ambit Energy Training. My name is Michael Obay, National Consultant. I just want to first congratulate you on getting your Ambit Energy business started. I've been with the company now just over 6 years, and this was all totally new to me. I used to work about 100 to 110 hours a week in different traditional businesses, from ice cream franchises to mortgage companies to real estate. And I was extremely busy, to say the least. I had 2 little children that I never really had a chance to see, but I seen the power of this business right away, and I wanted to take part in it. Didn't have a lot of time to put into it. I had maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 hours a week. But what I did do is I did become very coachable. I did follow a system that Ambit had in place, and I just stayed consistent. I had some great leaders and mentors who taught me. I did follow a system that Ambit has, and my business just kept growing and growing and growing. So it doesn't matter what your age is, doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter if you were into sales or shy like I was. If you believe in this opportunity and you want to make it work, it can work for anybody. Follow the proven system that Ambit Energy has in place. And what is our system? Well, one of it is watching this training video like you see here today. Besides this video, there are a lot of other videos out there, in your power zone, which is your back office. There's Ambit University. There's videos there. There's a lot of other great training websites out there as well. One that I have is www.topambittrainer.com. That's a site that I have, but there's a lot of other great videos out there. Conference calls. There's a lot of calls that go on throughout the week. Your team will have their own team calls, but there are national company calls that take place as well. And you can find all that information in your emails that get sent out and through PowerZone as well. Weekly meetings. The business presentation that we have, it's done several different ways, but one of the ways is through local weekly meetings. It might be a hotel or in a private room of a restaurant in your area. But get out to as many meetings as you can. Check your power zone, check your emails for a list of local meetings. Corporate and team events. There's a lot of events that take place throughout the year. We have 2 major events throughout the year, which are corporate events called Ambit Ambition and called Simulcast. One takes place over the summer in September, and one takes place in January. So those are 2 important events. And team events. You'll see a lot of stuff that goes on throughout the year, probably local where you're from. And just duplicate. Just do this over and over and over and get your team to follow the system and duplicate it. What is your why? What is the reason why you're doing this business? And I promise you, the stronger the reason why you're doing it, the more success you will have. 6 years ago, I used to work about 100 hours a week. I had 2 little children that I didn't have a chance to see. I would see them 10, 20 minutes a day if I was lucky. So my why wasn't to make more money. It was just to be able to get some time freedom back, to be able to be with my children. And so when I started Ambit, I knew nothing about this business, didn't have a lot of time, but I had a strong why. My why was to be able to get my time freedom back, to be able to spend time with my kids, and there was nothing that was going to get in my way or stop me. And now I get to see my kids as much as I want from just working the Ambit business. So different reasons why people start: pay off credit card debt, pay for your children's college or education, give more money to a church or one of your favorite charities. Maybe you want to fire your boss. Maybe you're sick and tired of getting up every day, going to work, having your boss telling you what time you could take lunch, what time you could go home today to see your kids, but you got to stay late. Maybe you want more time with your family, and that was the reason why. I'm happy to say I get to see my kids whenever I want, and it's all from working Ambit part-time consistently beside a strong why that just kept me in the game. Ambit is a business, and are you serious about this? And, the more serious you take this, the more success you will have in this business. Ambit is a $429 investment, but some people go out there and just treat it like a hobby. They'll say, well, I'll just give it a try. It's only $400. But I promise you, unless you get real lucky, if you go out there and treat this like a hobby and just say, I'll give it a try, it might not work. See, me, I've always been a business owner, and even though Ambit was only $429 to get started, compared to hundreds of thousands that I spent in the past on other businesses, I treated Ambit like I invested $429,000. And I've had a lot of success, so treat it like a business, and you'll see how you'll be more successful. You determine your success in your Ambit Energy business. Ambit is a proven company. 2014, we did over $1.5 billion in revenue. We have over 300,000 consultants now. And, you're the reason if your business will work or not. It's what you put into it. It's like anything in life. What you put into something is what you get out of it. So if you believe in this and you want to make it work and you have a strong why, if you go out there and follow the system we have in place and do it over consistently, you're going to be successful in this business. Now, the first thing I want to get into is talking about customers. You know, we're consultants with the company, but we want to go out there and gather customers. So a customer is just somebody's electric bill or gas bill, residential or commercial. Ambit is now currently in 14 states and growing. But I want to talk about first the importance of gathering customers. You know, when somebody signs up into the business, so if you're brand new or you sign up a new consultant, once you sign up or they sign up, at that point, nobody has made any money. We get paid when that new consultant goes out there and gathers customers. So if the new consultant goes out there and gathers 5 customers, which they get 2 for free when they activate their website, and 3 other customers, at that point, the person who signs up gets paid a bonus of $100. The person who signs them up gets paid a bonus as well. Ambit gives us 28 days to do it, which is 4 weeks. Don't wait 28 days. Get it done in the first 24 to 48 hours. You know, my first day I had 8 customers and 2 consultants in the business. And when I got that check the following Friday, I was real excited, but I went out there and did it right away. So if you're brand new, gather some of your customers right away because you'll have a check coming in. As your team grows and you sponsor new people into the business, help them, coach them, get them on a training like this, and help them get their customers right away, because once that person gets that check in the mail or direct deposit, they're going to realize this is really real, and it's going to go out there and motivate them even more. Plus, also customers, you need them to get promoted. It does take 5 customers to get to regional, 10 to get to senior, 15 to get to executive, and 20 to get to national consultant. You don't have to wait to get promoted to get more. Meaning that if you go out there and gather 20 customers now within your first week, 2 weeks, month, or 2 months, you're going to have all the customers you need. The most customers anybody needs in Ambit is 20. You're able to go out and get as many as you want, but the most you need is 20 customers. Another great thing, to earn free energy. You know, I enrolled my 15 customers 6 years ago when the free energy program started, but it's great. I am saving a couple $100 a month in free energy, but that's great, but what helps me more is to be able to show my friends, my family, my neighbors, my team, my prospects, you know, copies of my free energy checks that I get or statements on my bill showing my free energy. So you become a customer yourself. There's no cost to become a customer. You go out there and refer 15 other people, and you could start getting the average amount of those customers to get towards free energy on your supply every single month, as long as you're a customer and you maintain 15 customers. But it's great to show people that you have free energy. It's a great tool to help you gather customers and gather consultants by showing that. You need 20 customers to earn residuals through all 7 levels. In Ambit, we get paid residuals on your personal customers and then from levels 1 through 7. So you do need 20 customers to earn the maximum payout through all 7 levels. Plus, if you go out there and gather customers on your own, you have the chance to go out there and build a team and get paid on hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of other customers that come into your organization. And these customers are all loyal customers is what we want. How to gather customers. Now, when I go to people, when I first started, my first customer I went to was obviously myself. I enrolled my house as a customer. Within the first 10, 15 minutes, I got 3 more customers. I got my mother and I got my 2 sisters. And, the first thing I did was I went to my mother. I told her I started a new part-time business. The second thing is I told her why I started. I says, Mom, lately I've been working 100 hours a week. I've been killing myself, really not seeing my kids much. She says, I know you're working real hard. I said, well, I have a way that you can help me. And I said, I'd like you to try my service and become a customer of mine. It would really mean a lot to me. Would you help me out? And she says, Mike, of course I would help you out. What do I got to do? I said, I just need a copy of your bill or just the account number on the bill. I already knew my mother's address and name, and she did it for me. All I did was I told my mother I started a business, why I started it. And, a few slides ago, I talked about different reasons why you're doing it. So first figure out the reason why you're doing it. And then if you go out there and share the reason why you're doing Ambit and ask people for a favor, tell them that it's really important to you, that it means a lot to you, that it's going to help you out, these people are going to become customers of yours. Ask them to become your personal customer. See, my mother, my sisters, some of my friends, they didn't become customers of Ambit because of Ambit. The service that Ambit offers is great, but they did it because of me. My mother became a customer for her son and for her grandkids, and that's why she did it. So just to recap, you want to go to people, tell them that you started a new part-time business, tell them the reason why you started the business, ask for help, ask for a favor. I mean, words I use all the time is, hey, John, it really means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. If you ever need anything from me in return, I'm always here for you, pal. So say things like that and ask them to become a customer of yours. And once you get them, enroll them into the system. I never tell people to go to my website and do it themselves. I always either get a copy of their bill, or I have them send me a picture on a smartphone of the bill, or really just need their name, their address, the account number on the bill, the telephone number, and the email address. Now, if you want to get more on customer training, you can go to my website, www.topambittrainer.com, to watch some other videos up there on gathering customers. Now, I want to talk to you about how to build a massive Ambit Energy business. So we spoke about how to go out there and gather customers, which is very important. I told you the reasons why we got to do it. Now you have a chance to go out there and build a team of people. So we're going to go through all of it now. But the first thing you want to do as you're getting your business started, you have to be in the right mental mindset. So we'll talk about how to develop that. So first, you have to be a huge believer in Ambit Energy. Listen, Ambit is a very proven company. Again, we're an 8-year-old company. We did over $1.5 billion in revenue. We have about 1.3 million customers, A+ rating, Better Business Bureau. J.D. Power and Associates voted us #1 energy company in 4 different states. We were the fastest growing company in America. We're the largest direct seller of energy in the world. We have an incredible track record. So you have to believe in Ambit. If people sense that you don't believe in Ambit Energy, they might not want to join you. You need to be 100% confident in yourself. When you approach people, they have to see that you're confident in yourself and confident in the company. You have to be a positive person. You can't go around to people being all negative about things or about anything in life. So you have to be confident. You have to be excited. It's 85% about you and 15% about the presentation. What do I mean by that? See, some people can go out there and show 10 presentations, and some people might get 5 out of 10. Some people might get 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 1 out of 10. Some people might not get any. So if we're all showing the same presentations, and I understand that we could be showing different people, but over time, how come some people have more success than others? Because it's about you as the individual. If you speak with confidence and people see that and you take this business seriously, people will want to join you. You have to be thinking when you go to somebody, whether you're on the phone or meeting them face to face, what does your prospect think of you? And that's what they're thinking. What do they think of you? Do they see you as someone who they want to be around? Because you are asking someone to become your business partner. So again, you have to be a positive, likable person that besides someone just joining you through business, you're going to become part of their life, maybe more as the business partner. So you have to become that person that people want to do business with. That person that you're sitting down with is probably thinking in their head, do I feel like I can make money with this person as my sponsor? Do I feel like I could be successful having Mike Obay as my partner in this? So I do a very good job at selling myself to people. I let people know that I am here to help them. We have a support system in place that I do become their business partner. And I'll say, hey, Mary, if you decide that you want to do this, I'll help you any single way I can. I only make money if you make money. So I do have a financial incentive here to help you. Plus, we have a whole team in place, a whole support system. So you have to sell yourself to people. Be confident, have great posture, and that's why it's 85% about you. The presentation might be great, but you got to sell yourself to people and make them want to become business partners with you in Ambit. Now, it all starts with a written list, and I'll tell you what a written list is not. A written list is not you trying to remember names in your head. It's not all the contacts in your phone, but a written list is a notebook. It's a notepad. It's a Word document. It's an Excel spreadsheet. It has to be something that you could physically say, this is specifically for Ambit. This is my business. So go out there and spend a few bucks, get a brand new notebook, and put people's names on your list. Don't try to remember it. You need to have a list so you can write down names. You can consistently add more names to your list. And actually, you could write notes. So if you show John the presentation on February 15th and John joined, you can write down John signed as a consultant. He watched the DVD and signed up. Mary might say, well, right now is no good, Mike. Contact me back in 2 months. You can write a note. So you have to have a good list like that. Make a list of prospects. So who should be on your list? Guys, everybody. The bigger the list means the more money that you can contact, the more money you will make in Ambit. It's more of a numbers game. So your friends and your family should be on that list. People from work should be on your list. Business people, successful people, everybody you can think of should be on that list. My list is tremendous, and it keeps growing every single day, because I'm always trying to find new ways to meet people to add to my list. Here is one of the biggest mistakes that people make, and I see it all the time. You do not want to prejudge anyone. All the time people say to me, well, I have this list of this group of people, but I have other friends that I don't think that they would do it. You cannot think like that. Me, I went out there and I still, to this day, I personally sponsored somewhere close to 220 people into my Ambit business personally, which has turned into thousands and thousands and thousands of consultants. I never prejudge. I show this business to my 18-year-old employees in my ice cream store. I show it to people in their 80s. I show it to people who are into sales or as quiet and shy as can be. I don't care people's ages, background, anything. I show it to every single person, and that's why I sponsor so many people. The biggest mistake people do is they hold off, and they make a decision for the person because they think that they wouldn't go out there and do it. My thinking is, I go out there, I treat every person fairly and equally, and I show the Ambit opportunity to as many people as I can. Because even if that person you think won't do it, they might know somebody who might do it, and you'll be shocked. Because you know people that you're thinking that would do Ambit, they might not have any interest to do it. But then you have people that you might know as your neighbors, your friends, your coworkers, and you're thinking that they won't do it. Shame on you. Go out there and show them. Let them tell you after they see the presentation if they want to do it or not. Plus, you can get them as a customer as well if they're not interested in the business. Prioritize your list. Now, when I first got started, I've had a lot of people, but I made a short list of about 40, 50 people. But I went to people in the beginning right away. I wanted to get Ambit moving as quick as possible. That's why I signed up 2 consultants my first day, and I got promoted to regional in 6 days, and senior in 2 months, executive in 10.5 months, and national just about 6 years into the business. And that was my goal from the beginning, to get to national. So I knew I had to get it moving quick. So right away, when I first started, I made a list, and I went to people that I had a great relationship with. I went to people that I knew that if I said to them I need an hour of their time, that they would definitely give me 1 hour at a time. These are great friends. These are people that I have credibility with. So as you're making your list, I put these people at the top of the list. They might not be the best qualified people, but I wanted to get my business going. I knew these people would give me the time to come over and show them a presentation. And I knew that if they see my excitement level, my enthusiasm, my passion for this, and I was confident, I knew I would have a very good chance at getting people to join the business, and they did. And I started building it very quick. The second group of people on your list are people that, that maybe you're decent friends, not as great friends. Maybe in life that you guys are equally successful, and your credibility is the same. Maybe you're not more credible or they're not more credible, so you're on an equal level. These are people that you should target probably second. These are people that would probably give you 30 minutes time if you ask them. Now, as you get through these people, as you get better in Ambit, as you get more experience, as you get more confidence, then you're going to people that might be a little bit more difficult to get an appointment with. So these are people that maybe you know them by first name. Maybe you have children that go to the same school together. With maybe they're more successful than you in life. They're really millionaire business owners. These are people that I would start hitting as third. So I go to the people that I have the great relationship with first, and work my way. And as I get better and I get more experience, then I get to the better, more challenging people. Do not rush through the list the wrong way. There is a right way and there is a wrong way. So we're going to talk about the right way in a little bit, but I want to tell you first some of the wrong ways. Do not send out a mass email. It does not work. Trust me on this. You could burn through all your list of prospects in just writing a 10-minute email and hitting send. You do not want to do this. This business is based on personal relationships, learning different ways to invite people to look at it, which I'm going to tell you everything today. So please do not ruin it and send out a mass email. It does not work. Do not send out text messages to invite people. Don't do it. I know it's easier to do, but I'm going to teach you ways today where you can feel comfortable knowing exactly what to say. Don't send out text messages, because if you send out a message to somebody to invite them to look at Ambit and you don't hear back from them, you're probably thinking, well, maybe did they get the message or they didn't get the message? Plus, it's also easy for somebody to tell you no through a text message or an email than it is face-to-face or over the telephone. So don't send out text messages. I'll teach you a simple way to do it. Do not try to explain this business. We have tools that do it for you. I actually turned down Ambit 7 years ago because someone tried to explain it to me over a phone conversation, and they just had me so lost and so confused, and I passed on Ambit Energy. So it does not work. Use the tools that Ambit provides to do it for you. Do not try to convince people to join. We do want to get as many people to join Ambit as possible, but don't go out there and try to convince people. What you do want to do is you want to convince as many people as possible to watch a 20, 30-minute video. The next step, invitation versus presentation. This is something that I learned very early on in my business, and it has helped me have a ton of success. See, these are two totally separate things. The invitation is one thing, and the presentation is something totally different. The presentation is probably what you looked at to get into Ambit. You probably looked at a 20, 30-minute video, or you got to somebody's in-home presentation or to a local meeting. That is the presentation. You are not the presentation. Ambit spent a lot of money and a lot of time developing tools, presentations, to do the presentation for us. You want to become good at inviting. I used to work 100 hours a week. I was extremely busy. I didn't have a lot of time, but I became good at one thing in Ambit, and it has helped me recruit over about 220 people so far, and growing every single day. I became good at inviting. When you learn this skill on how to invite, and you'll see a lot of different examples today, then it becomes a numbers game. If you can get people to look at a presentation and do it over and over and over, your business will grow. Here's what you want to do. You want to find out if someone is open to making money. And in my invites, I'll tell you exactly how to find that out. Once someone tells you they're open to making money, you want to buy time from them. What does that mean? See, everybody in life is busy. We all share one thing in common. We all have 168 hours in a week, so time is valuable for people. People have families, jobs, businesses. People have to sleep as well, so time is valuable. So you want to find out if someone's open to making money, and you want to buy time. So you are actually asking someone to take time away from their schedule to sit down and look at a 20 to 30-minute video presentation. Once you could buy time, you want to make an appointment with them to show them the presentation. Whether it's you driving to their house to show them, which I highly recommend. Whether it's you meeting at a coffee shop or a Starbucks or a Panera Bread locally by them. Whether it's you getting them to come over to your house for a presentation. But you want to make an appointment. Don't just leave it out there and say, hey, we'll do this some other time. Make a specific appointment on when you're going to do it. Have them buy time from them, and then you'll go out there and just show them the presentation. Now, I want to give you a very simple invite. When I first got started, I did get better, and I did learn some other invites as my business grew. But the invite that I used in the beginning was very short, it's very simple, and it worked. Okay, so my invite, I'm going to go through it quick, and I'm going to come back and tell you why I said each thing, but also listen to the words that I used and the words that I didn't use in my invite. My invite's about 20 seconds long. So let's say I'm sitting there at my desk or on my couch or wherever I am. I have my list of people in front of me. Now, I got a big smile on my face. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm in the right Ambit mental mindset, and I'm ready to start making phone calls. So the first person I call up, let's say his name is John. I call up John. Hey, John, it's Mike Obay. How you doing? Good. How was your weekend? Everything was great. How the kids doing? I do some small talk first, and then I get right into it. I say, hey, John, listen, I just started a part-time business recently. I'm really excited about it. I'm not sure if it would be for you, but do you keep your options open on making more money? And I wait for the person's answer. And I stay silent. 95% of the people tell me, yes, their options are open. At that point, they are giving you permission to show them what we have. At that point, make an appointment and go meet with them and show them the presentation as soon as possible. See, me, I try to say, well, where are you right now, John? I'll come by. Well, tonight, right now is not good. How about tonight? I'll come by tonight. You'll never hear Mike Obay say next week. It's just not in my vocabulary. I'm a right now type of guy. This opportunity is too good for me to say next week. So once they say yes, the options are open, show them the presentation as soon as possible. That invite was probably 20 seconds long at the max. I did not mention energy deregulation. I didn't mention free energy. I didn't mention gathering customers, saving people money, building a team. I didn't. Let me tell you why I said each thing. John, I started a part-time business. I love the word part-time. I use it. I teach it every single day. Here's my reasoning behind it. If I said, John, I started a new business, John's thinking, new business? That sounds like a lot of time. Sounds like could be a big financial investment. But if I say, John, I started a part-time business, John's thinking, okay, if Mike's doing something part-time, doesn't sound as much work or as much money, I could do something. Second thing, John, I'm really excited about it. And believe me, people hear the excitement in my voice when I talk to them. Third thing is, I'm not sure if it would be for you. Well, John, this may or may not be for you. What that does is it takes the pressure off John, that if he looks at it, I'm not going to force him to do it, and I don't force nobody. Last thing, most important, do you keep your options open to making more money? Do you keep your options open to new business opportunities? And once they say yes, go meet them and show them the presentation. If they say their options are not open, which will be a very small percentage if you do this right, then you go back to the other step and ask them to become a customer, like I spoke about before. Here's some other sample invitations that I use. So that was a real simple one I gave you. Now, here is one. See, I'm 37 years old right now currently. So if I have my list of people in front of me, if there's someone on my list who's older than me, more wiser than me, more successful than me, I approach them in a similar but a little bit different way. So I'm going to give you an example of a guy named Bob. Bob is 55 years old. He's a multi-millionaire businessman entrepreneur. So Bob qualifies both ways. He's older and he's more successful. Here's my reasoning behind this. If I go to Bob as that younger, less successful person and say, hey, Bob, I got a great way to make money, he will never take me seriously. He might not say it, but he'll be thinking in his mind, like, Mike, I've been making money. Well, I've been making millions when you were riding around on a tricycle in diapers, and he'll never take me seriously. So I don't want to say that. I want to have the approach that gives me the best success, the best chance at getting this person to meet me. On my invite, all I'm trying to do is to get someone to give me time out of their schedule to sit down with them and show them a presentation. So here's what I say to Bob. So let's say I knock on Bob's door, I call him on the phone, or I see him outside walking the dog or something. I go over to Bob, hey Bob, how was your weekend? Oh, everything was great, Mike. How are you? How the kids doing? How the grandkids? Some small talk. And then I get right into it. I say, hey Bob, listen, I just started a part-time business recently. I'm really excited about it, but I wanted to get another businessman's point of view. And you were by far the first guy I thought about because I know we've been next door neighbors for a while. I know you know my parents over 30, 40 years. But more importantly, Bob, I really know how successful you are in business. I really admire you about that. You're probably the most successful person that I know in the business world. Can you do me a real big favor? Can you give me 30 minutes of your time? Let me sit down with you and show you exactly what I'm doing. And maybe you can give me some pointers and some suggestions on how to become more successful like you in business. Would you help me out with that, Bob? And I wait for an answer. What do you think Bob is going to say? If you say it the same way, if you compliment the person and ask for help, 99.9% of the Bobs out there are going to sit down. My objective here is not to convince Bob to join. My objective is to get this older, more successful person to take time away from their schedule to sit down with me. What do? I put on a video and I hit play. Bob might watch that video and come back and say, wow, Mike, this is incredible. I want to do this. This is great. And it happens. Bob might come back and say, Mike, this is great, but I'm looking to retire and move to Florida, but my daughter would love this. My manager at the restaurant would love it. And he might give you some great leads. Bob might come back and just say, Mike, it's not for me, but here's some tips on how to go out there and do it. All answers that Bob gives you are okay. It's a numbers game. Every person is not going to say yes, but we do want to show as many people as possible and then ask for referrals. Younger, less successful person, people that look up to you. I'll give you an example. So I'm 37 years old. I own an ice cream store. I had 3. I was able to get rid of 2 of them and a lot of other businesses because of Ambit. So I do have 1 ice cream store currently that my kids will kill me if I get rid of the last ice cream store on them. So let's say I have employees that work in my ice cream store. They're 18 years old, they're 19 years old. These people are younger than me. They're less successful. They look up to me as that older, more successful person. Here's my psychology behind this. So you heard Bob's approach on how I approach an older, more successful person. If I took that same approach and went to a younger person, less successful, and asked an 18-year-old kid when I'm 37 for his opinion on a business, it just would not make sense. that younger person already looks at me and identifies me as that older, more successful person. So here's what I do. If I'm going to use one of my Carvel ice cream store employees as an example, I walk in my store and let's say it's 4:30, and I know Johnny gets off work at 5. So I pull Johnny aside and say, "Hey Johnny, listen, I just want to talk to you real quick. Hey Johnny, I see how you're working really hard in Carvel. You're doing a great job. I know that you stayed late the other night. You did a great job cleaning up. A lot of the employees talk highly of you. You're doing a really good job. Keep it up. Hey John, listen, besides me owning the ice cream store, I don't know if I ever told you, but I do have a part-time business on the side that I've been doing for a couple of years now and having a lot of success. I see how hardworking you are and motivated. I know you're going to school as well. But listen, there might be a chance that you and I could partner up together and make some money together. So why don't you finish your shift today, and after work, why don't we get together? Let me show you exactly what I'm doing. And if it makes sense for you, maybe we could partner up and make some money together. What do you say?" What do you think this younger person's going to say to me? I can almost guarantee you that the majority of them will say yes. Now, my objective is not to convince them to join. My objective is for this person to meet me after work or whenever and sit down with them and show them a 20, 30-minute video presentation. That's how I approach people who look up to me as the older, more successful person in life. Now, if you want more invites, I have a whole bunch of them on my website, topambittrainer.com. You can see different invites there, and how to talk to a doctor and how to cold market recruit. But I have a really good video which is called "How to Become a Master Recruiter," and it has a lot of great stuff on there. Very similar to today's presentation that you're looking at, but there's a lot more stuff on there as well that you could look at. Your business is based on how many times you and your team show the business presentation on a daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly basis. And that's all it is. Ambit is a numbers game. The more people you show, the more people that will join. The better you get at Ambit, the more confident you get, your numbers of getting people to join will get higher and higher and higher. And guys, I'll just tell you one thing. If somebody tells you no about this opportunity, it doesn't mean they're never going to join. It means that it might not be the right time in their life. They might come back. It might mean that they want to watch you first and see how you do. What I could say is that I showed a lot of people over my 6 years doing this. But now over 70 people who told me no 4, 5, 6 years ago have watched me. It wasn't the right time. They have called me back and now joined in my executive and my national code. So just because somebody tells you no currently doesn't mean they're never going to join. Don't get upset if they tell you no. Don't get emotionally attached to what they tell you. Just keep moving forward. We have an amazing opportunity. Just keep showing more and more people and get your team to keep showing more and more people, and your team will keep growing and growing and growing as long as they're coachable and they follow the system that we're talking about. Business presentations. Now, there's multiple ways that we show it. One way is the weekly meetings. Ambit, we're currently in 14 different states, and we have weekly meetings going on in all 14 different states. So read your emails, check your power zone, check with local leaders, and find out where the meetings are. And that's one way to show people. Get someone down to a hotel presentation and let them look at the business presentation. That is one way. This is my favorite one-on-one and two-on-one presentations. This is how I built the majority of my business. I would take the meeting to the people. I would go sit down with somebody at their house. I would go to their office. I meet people all the time at Starbucks, Panera Bread, a diner, coffee shop, wherever. And I sit down with people, whether it's one-on-one, which is me and the person, or it's two-on-one with me bringing my upline or a business partner with me, and showing a Success from Home magazine. Success from Home magazine is an incredible tool. We've been featured 5 years in a row. In my briefcase, in my bag with my laptop, I have all 5 years Success magazines. I know every single story in every single magazine, and stories are great because they relate to people. I learn the stories, and I can almost guarantee you that the person you're sitting down with, whatever their background is as far as what they do in life, we have someone in one of those magazines that has a similar story and a similar background to them that you can relate to them. So when I go to people, I sit down with them, I just briefly tell them about myself. I show them a Success from Home magazine, and I put the video in, which the DVD, I could tell you the words on the DVD word for word because I've heard it and I've seen it so many times. Ambit is a business of duplication. So it's very simple to get someone to look at a Success magazine and to show them a video and do it over and over and over. I could take anybody. I don't care if they're 18 years old. I could take any person as long as they're humble, coachable, and want this. I can make them successful by showing them how to do it and how to duplicate it. In-home presentations work very, very well. If you're brand new in this business, you should really schedule with your upline. You should schedule an in-home presentation. So if you're brand new, you should pick a date and time in a few days from now at your house and start inviting people to come over to your house to look at a presentation. It's a lot easier to get people to come by your house than it is to get them to a weekly meeting where they might have to drive 30, 40 minutes or 15 minutes to a meeting. It's a lot easier for you as a new person to get people to come right by your house to do an in-home presentation. At that point, all you're doing is popping in a DVD and you're hitting play. Now, we also do this, you could contact people all over the world by using the website, by using websites with the internet. So everybody has their own website, which is www, whatever name you chose, .energy526.com. You also have a Why Ambit Works website. 2 great videos, whatever one that you like, whatever one you choose, feel free to show those. But you could show people all over the country, all over the world by using the internet and your website. I have another presentation that if you want to see a PowerPoint, I have ambitpresentation.com, which will forward you right to a PowerPoint video that I did, which is about 33 minutes long. It's me doing a PowerPoint presentation. All these ways are great ways to show the presentation. Which one do you use? I use every single one of them. I use all of them. I'm at weekly meetings every week. I'm meeting people one-on-one, two-on-one at their house, at Starbucks. I'm showing magazines. People are coming by my house. I'm using my website to show people that are in different states. All different ways to show the presentation. Now, I told you before, you don't want to try to convince people to join, but you do want to convince as many people as possible to watch a 20, 30-minute video. Now, once that presentation is done, after the presentation, but throughout it, you want to be excited. Once it's over, you want to be more excited because people need to see how excited you are. They have to see your passion. People all the time, my numbers of people joining my team are very, very high. And the biggest thing people tell me is, Mike, the presentation is great, but I'm doing this because of you. I've never seen you as excited before. I've never seen you so passionate about something, and you told me that you're willing to help me every step of the way, and that's why people join me. You want to assume that the prospect is ready to get started. We have an amazing opportunity. I've owned multiple different types of businesses. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. Ambit is, in my opinion, the best opportunity that we will ever see as far as helping people save money on a public utility, helping them getting for free and then get paid for it over and over residually. It's just, and you can work it whenever you want. So it's a great opportunity. So assume the person is ready to get started. Don't assume that they're ready to tell you no. Most people want to do this. So once it's over, right away I say to John or Mary, hey John, did the presentation make sense to you? Why do I say this? Because 99.9% of the times it's going to lead to a positive answer. The person's going to say, yeah, it made sense to me. Do not say to the person, what did you think? Because what did you think could lead to a positive or a negative response. By you saying, did the presentation make sense to you, 99.9% of the times, the person will say, yes, it made sense to me. Next thing, what did you like best about the presentation? Let them talk. You're going to hear, well, I love the free energy program. I love how you can refer 15 people to get free energy. Great. I love it too, John. I referred my 15 people 6 years ago, and I've been getting it every single month ever since. What did you like best about it besides that? I like how you can go out there and, and build a team of people and get paid bonuses and residual. So did I. Guys, you have to ask the person to get started. Now, you might not feel comfortable with it, but I can almost guarantee you that most people, the majority of people in Ambit or in any company, never ask the person to get started. See, a lot of people you show the presentation to, they're excited, but they don't know what the next step is. So you have to say to them, are you ready to get started? Let's get you going. So assume that the prospect is ready to get started and actually ask them to join the business. So when I'm sitting down with somebody, if I'm using my laptop, once that presentation is over, I automatically start pulling up my sign-up page on my website, which is obay.energy526, and I'm ready to sign them up. So the majority of my people sign up right there on the spot with me because I'm excited. They told me it made sense. They told me everything they like about it. I said, great, John, let's get this going. Let's start making some money. And I get them signed up right there on the spot. But a lot of people never ask the person to join. So you have to overcome that or start doing it. If you're not uncomfortable saying, hey, you're ready to get started, just say something like, so John, do you see yourself making money with Ambit? If they say yes, they're telling you they want to get started. Say, great, let's get you going. And once they say that, sign him or her up right on the spot. Get them signed up as soon as possible. Don't let them leave. If you're with them and you have a computer or an iPhone, a smartphone, get the person signed up as soon as possible. Once they get signed up, get them on this training video right away. www.ambitenergytraining.com. Get them on this training video as soon as possible. And not just only mine, but there's a lot of other great training videos and websites out there for training as well. So before they go out there and make some wrong mistakes, get them trained as soon as possible. Now, the next thing, the closing call, three-way call. If your prospect signs up on the spot and they have no questions, you just sign them up. Okay, a closing call, a three-way call, is if the person has some questions or needs to get some stuff clarified. Then you do a closing call, a three-way call. This is something that you want to do immediately after the presentation. Don't wait. So if you're sitting down with your prospect at 4 o'clock on a Wednesday and that presentation is over by 4:30, if they're not ready to join, they have questions, you want to do that closing call immediately. Don't wait till later on that night. Don't wait till the next day. Do it as soon as possible. Do that call immediately after the presentation. You want to set it up in advance. What do I mean by that? So you're now a consultant in the business, or if you are looking to consider Ambit, when you do get joined up in Ambit, you do have a team of people in place. You have a lot of leaders. You have an executive consultant, national consultant, senior consultant. There's a lot of people that are willing to help you, but they have a financial incentive to go out there and do it. So you'll have a lot of business partners to come into this business. So you want to set the call up in advance. What do I mean? If you're meeting a prospect at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday and you're showing him the Energy 526 video, that's about a 17, 18-minute video. So by 2:20, you're going to be done. So you want to reach out to your business partners and let them know you're doing a presentation at 2 o'clock and that you need them to stand by in case your prospect has questions, and it should be about 2:30, 2:20 when the presentation is over. If you're showing them one of my videos that lasts 30 minutes and you start at 2, then you want to line up that call with your business partner at 2:30 once it's over. You want to build up the business partner to the prospect. So if you're with the prospect face-to-face, you can actually say, well, hey, I'm going to get you on the phone with this person in a little bit, and you want to build them up. So if somebody was building me up, they would say, well, hey, here's Mike Obay. Mike Obay is a national consultant in the company. He's doing this 6 years. Mike used to work 100 hours a week in traditional businesses. He put a couple hours in a week, and he built it to become a top leader in the company. You want to build up that person to the prospect. You want to let them know that you're going to get them on the phone with a person who's doing this and having some success. As you introduce the people, you want to introduce the prospect to the business partner. So usually it's done by a phone call. So if you're sitting down with your prospect together, you can call up your business partner and get them on the phone. If you're in one state and your prospect is somewhere else, watching the website presentation over the phone, you then want to do a three-way call. You want to merge the line together. So you want to be on the phone with your prospect first. If he's ready to sign up, great, sign him up. No need for a three-way call. We can do a three-way congratulation call afterwards. But if your prospect says, hey, everything looks great, everything makes sense, but I have a couple questions, at that point you want to call your business partner who's sitting there waiting for your call because you did set it up in advance. Introduce the two partners together, and at that point just sit back and let your business partner handle the call. Let them handle everything. Be quiet on the call and let your partner handle it. Why do we do this? Say, even if you know the answer to your prospect's questions, don't answer it. Don't answer the questions. Why? Because we want to show your prospect that we have a system in place, that there's people that are out there willing to help them every single step of the way. Because if you start answering questions for your prospect, that prospect thinks that if they join the business, they have to learn all these questions and answers. And they might not feel comfortable with it. They might feel comfortable showing somebody a video and then getting an executive or senior or national consultant on the phone to help answer questions. The more simple we make this whole process for people, the more people that will join your business and just keep growing and growing and growing. All you want to do, invite someone to look at the presentation, make an appointment, show them the 20, 30-minute video. If they're ready to sign up, great, sign them up. If they have questions, you get them on the phone with somebody. When my team or people in Ambit get me on the phone with people, I answer the prospect's questions. I then tell that prospect, hey, John, just like I'm on the phone call helping out Mary right now, if you decide to join Ambit, we have a great team in place. There's a lot of people, besides myself that have a financial investment in helping you. We have everything here, and we're here for you every single step of the way. And if you have people that you want to get on the phone with me, I'll be more than happy to help them and talk to them. So be quiet, introduce the two parties on the phone, and be quiet, but also learn and listen, because one day you're going to become a leader of your team, and you're going to start doing three-way calls for people on your team as it grows. So listen to what goes on those calls, because you're going to become the expert one day helping your team grow. So after that presentation, if the person is ready to sign up, great, sign them up. If they have questions, then you go to a closing call, a three-way call. I have a lot of videos on YouTube, and I constantly keep putting more stuff out. I have trainings, I have different presentations, I have a lot of stuff out there. So I would recommend that you can go to YouTube and subscribe to my channel. So if you go to YouTube and you type in National Consultant Michael Obay, you'll find all my different videos on there. But you'll see a button that says subscribe. So as I put out new videos, if you subscribe to my channel, you will get notified the second I put them out. Like we're currently in a promotion period now, and I created a special Ambit presentation PowerPoint video that was specifically talking about the promotion that we were running, and all the people that subscribed to me got a hold of that presentation right away, and it's helped them go out there and build a big business fast. So subscribe to my channel. Feel free to comment. Feel free to like my videos. I look forward to seeing your comments out there, but I have a lot of stuff. I'm always putting out new videos, so subscribe to it. Also, have some tools ready to help with your business. I mean, these are my business cards. These are the cards that I have. These cards have worked great for me. I mean, I've recruited. I highly suggest that you go out there and work with your warm market, but it's great just to have a little business card for you. So here's some of the. I have this card, and I actually have this card too. I have both of them that I carry. I got those at ambitpowertools.com, www.ambitpowertools.com. Some different cards to have to look professional. Also, they have some of my DVDs and CDs on there as well. I have one, How to Become a Master Recruiter, which is a great training. You can listen to it, a CD on audio when you're driving around, or a DVD, but these are some great tools to get out to your team to listen to. Don't listen to this training or the Master Recruiter or any training just once. Listen to things over and over and over, because the more you hear things, you're going to just become more natural at it, and you're doing it over and over. All I can say is don't ever give up. This Ambit is too good of an opportunity to let anybody pass by. Even if you have great success in the beginning, that's great. Keep going. But if you don't, go out there, and there might just be something that you're doing wrong in this business if it's not working for you. But don't ever give up. It's too good of an opportunity. Things will get better for you as long as you stay positive, as long as you keep following the system, speaking to your business partner, speaking to your upline. Don't give up, because you're one person away from your Ambit business just taking off and exploding and setting you financially free for you and your family, helping achieving any goals, any dreams, and the reason why you're doing Ambit. So just keep working it, guys. The longer you do this, the more natural you get at it. It's like anything in life. The more you practice, the better you get. It's like me. I played a lot of sports growing up, and early on, was I the best baseball player? No. But if you go out there and you play baseball and you miss and you can't hit that ball, if you put the bat down and say I quit, you know what? You failed at it. But if you sit there and you keep trying and practicing and asking a relative or a family member for help, or a coach, and you keep doing it and you practice and practice and practice, you are going to get better at hitting that baseball, becoming a baseball player. Same thing in Ambit. If you go out there and try and give up, and that's it, you failed, you quit. But if you keep going out there and you try and you practice and you get on conference calls, you get on webinars, you get to training events, you go to weekly meetings, you talk to your business partners, you go to different live events, the business will work for you. So just keep doing it and doing it. I want to thank you all for watching the training video, ambitenergytraining.com. And best of luck to you. I look forward to meeting you all one day at one of the meetings or one of the events. My name is Michael Obay, National Consultant, and go out there, guys, and let's make this happen. Let's help Ambit Energy become a multi-billion-dollar company and just keep growing every single day. Have a great day, and look forward to meeting you all soon. Thank you.